Hey everyone, Amber Hurdle here, founder of the Velvet Machete Leadership Academy at Amber Hurdle Consulting. TGIF, happy weekend. I am here in November most days. I was saying every day, every weekday of November, but I missed a couple this week because I had evening. I was just nonstop from the time I woke up till late evening. So I'm going to show myself grace. Today, though, we are going to talk about something that popped up in the Velvet Machete Leadership Society. So, this is the membership group that you can graduate to after you finish the academy. Velvet Rope, of course, it's an exclusive group. Someone chimed in our Facebook group and said, "What do y'all do when you need a little boost of confidence?" So, this could be if you just need a little more confidence, if you just want to get a little yoke, if you want to just get a little hype. It could be maybe you're not feeling at your best and you need to infuse some confidence. And so I want to share with you three ways that you can do that. So, generally, if I have a client who's not feeling a certain way or they're believing a certain thing that may or may not be true, I always ask them, "What evidence do you have to support that thought? Show me the evidence." And then I want you to try to find evidence that does not support that, that is the opposite. So if I'm feeling like maybe I'm not good enough or I don't have what it takes, then I'm going to ask you to find evidence of your awesomeness. So the way that I like to do that is I always encourage my clients, my students, anybody who's in any of my audiences when I'm doing a keynote to start and maintain an Attagirl file or an Attaboy file. And so that can look like a digital file, just a file in your inbox. That can be something on your desktop. You could also have a physical Attagirl or Attaboy file where you put in notes and maybe reviews or whatever that looks like, customer uh, feedback, whatever that looks like. And that way you have a place to go back to where somebody's cheered you on, where somebody said, "Good job," or "This was amazing, and here's specifically why." Now you've got external evidence that's not the craziness in your own head. Well, you might not be crazy, but I got a crazy thing in my head. I call her Gertrude, and oftentimes I have to tell Gertrude to sit down and shut up. But if Gertrude gets in my brain and she takes over, then I can go to an Attagirl file and be like, "Nope, you've got your poop in a group. You've helped this person. You've helped that person. Whatever that looks like, you've done well." The second thing that I like to do is I like to look back on my journal. Now, oh, Amber, you're always talking about journaling. Listen, you do not have to write in poetic prose. You can bullet point your thoughts for the day. You could bullet point the things that you're grateful for. You could bullet point the BS that happened in your day. You don't have to even write in full sentences. But the cool thing about journals is whatever you were struggling with before, if you're doing your work, and if you're not really clear on what I mean by that, when you're doing your work, it's when you're overcoming the things that are keeping you from your greatness. You're healing wounds or you're working on things that maybe will move you towards your influence. So, if you're in any type of personal or professional development, if you're reading a book, if you're going to therapy, if you're journaling things, if you're processing things, you're doing your work. Okay. So, if you're doing your work, then you're going to see in your journal that 3 months ago, these were my problems, or this was my issue, or I set out determined to accomplish this. And now today, I've accomplished it, or I overcame that, or I've made tremendous progress in that. Of course, we never get there. It's always a journey, right? There is no destination. We're all doing the best we can every single day. But when you look in your journal, you can see that growth. And it's really, really cool. I've journaled since the beginning of time. I don't even remember, like literally elementary school. So I've seen some growth. And it's something, I mean, I've got a journal right here, actually. This is a journal I pulled out. This is not my current journal. It's something I pulled out because I wanted to see what was going on during that time of my life. There has been growth. Go me, that can increase my confidence. Okay. So add a girl or add a boy file so that you have that external validation validating you. A journal so you can see your own personal growth and how far you've come, or you set your mind to get this done and you did it, or at least you got close to it. And that's affirming from an internal perspective. And then, I'm a musician's kid. My dad's a drummer. This also came up from other people who commented on this post, and that is turn the jams on, man. Get that playlist. For example, when I worked for Gaylord Hotels, I was over Gaylord Opryland and all of the attractions in Nashville. And I was working with the other me's at the other hotels to rebrand internally when Marriott bought Gaylord Hotels. Now, this was a really big deal because we suddenly became the largest Marriott hotel in the world at Gaylord Opryland, the largest in the world. No pressure, no pressure whatsoever. So during that season of immense change where maybe we might get knocked off our game a little bit, we're learning things that we didn't know anything about. Obviously branding is something that like comes from my soul, so that wasn't the big issue, but the issue is, how do I take this brand and merge them together where it makes sense, and then communicate that in a compelling way where everybody feels safe and a part of something greater than themselves? That's a big task. So I had my playlist that I listened to every single day that was pretty hardcore, hard hitting. It was pumping. I would drive into work just with that on full blast. And sometimes still, when I'm having a wonky day or whatever, I go back to those songs because I have programmed my body to respond to that in such a way that I get excited and amped up and I believe in myself and the energy's there. So, whatever that looks like for you, I don't know what kind of playlist that might be for you. I don't know what songs those are, what themes might come out in it, but I would encourage you to do that. So, if you need a little jolt of confidence, make sure that you start and maintain an Atta Girl or an Atta Boy file. Make sure that you are journaling it just even in some way, even if you just put it in the notes in your phone where you can go back, create a folder in your notes and put it in there. Do it in Google Drive or wherever it is that you want to do it if you're not like a handwritten journal kind of person. Document your journey so you can be proud of yourself for how far you've come. And then also, number three, put that playlist together, turn up those tunes, let go, let your body move to it, program your body to respond to the beat, to the music, to the energy of the music. And I guarantee you, your confidence will increase with those three steps. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Don't forget that we do have a free, no opt in required leadership personality quiz at amberhurdle.com/leadership quiz. Again, amberhurdle.com/leadership quiz that you can take and discover where you can lean on in your personality to become the most influential, and then also what areas you might want to consider bubble wrapping because they're not as helpful in you becoming an influential leader who is confident and compassionate, which is what Velvet Machete Leadership is all about. Have an awesome weekend.